This video is for my followers who are writing Waec Chemistry Practical 2026. If you have a friend who is writing this exam, please make sure you let that person get to see this video. Now sit back as I solve the Waec 2026 Chemistry Practical, the Chemist AI way. Stay tuned. This is number one question. It says A is a solution of sulfuric acid. B is a solution of sodium hydroxide containing 0.100 mole of sodium hydroxide per dm cube of solution. Put A into the burette and titrate against 20 cm cube or 25 cm cube pipette volume of B using methyl orange indicator. Question A. Tabulate your observations. B. Calculate the average volume of A used. C. Calculate the concentration of A in moles per dm cube. And D. Calculate the concentration of B in grams per dm cube. This is the equation of reaction. Now, after the rigors of your experiment, in number one question, you are expected to draw a table like this. This is the titration table. This row is for titrations 1, 2, and 3. Now, before you begin titration, you know that you pour the acid to the 0 level of the burette. So initial burette reading is now 0.00 for the first titration. Final burette reading, you are expected to get around 12.50 cm cube of the acid that neutralizes the 25 cm cube of the base. So now, to get the volume of acid used, you say final burette reading minus initial burette reading. That is 12.5 minus 0, which is 12.5. You repeat the experiment by filling the acid to 0 level again. After titration, you will get roughly 12.50. In this case, 12.40. You do final minus initial, 12.40 minus 0.00. You will still get 12.40. You repeat up to 3 times. Now, question A solved. Note, this titration table has the highest mark, so make sure you don't cancel anything in your table. Now the B question says calculate the average volume of A used. It is just the average of volume of A used. That is this last row, 12.50 plus 12.40 plus 12.50 divided by 3. But before you divide by 3, the numbers you are using must be close, that the difference must be less than or equal to 0.2. And if you check, you see that the difference is even less than 0.2. The difference between 12.5 and 12.4 is 0.1. Difference between 12.5 and 12.5 is 0. So you are in order. So the average volume of A used, you have to write the 3 numbers. Don't just press calculator and get the final answer. You must write the 3 numbers over 3 to score that mark. Then you use your calculator and add these 3 numbers and write your result. So you must write 37.40 over 3. It has its own mark. Then finally, you punch your calculator, 37.40 divided by 3. Whatever you see on the screen of your calculator, you round up to 3 significant figures, and we have 12.5 cm cube. This is the average volume of acid. Now let's go to C. C says calculate the concentration of A in mole per dm cube. To do this, first of all, go back to the question and check if the concentration of base was given. If it was given, then you are going to use this formula CAVA over CBVB equals NA over NB. But if the concentration of the base was not given, then check the mass concentration of the acid. If it was given, then you use that mass concentration to find the molar concentration by saying molar concentration equals mass concentration times molar mass of the acid. But in this case, molar concentration of the base was given. So we use CAVA over CBVB equals NA over NB. Now, CA is required. VA is the average volume of acid that you just calculated. So you write it 12.5 over CBVB. CB is the concentration of the base. In the question, it is 0.100. So you write it. Then VB is the volume of the base, which is a pipette volume. In your school, you may be using pipette volume of 20. Please use that 20. Equals NA over NB. NA over NB are the stoichiometric coefficients of the acid and the base in the balanced equation. So you can see that the coefficient of the acid is 1. And that of the base is 2. So we have 1 over 2. Now you cross multiply. 12.5 times 2 is 25. So we have CA times 25 equals 0.1 times 25 times 1 is 2.5. Now if you divide both sides by 25, you get CA as 2.5 divided by 25, which is 0.1 mole per dm cube. This is the concentration of the acid in mole per dm cube. Finally, D says concentration of base in gram per dm cube. This is called mass concentration. And remember what I told you before, that mass concentration is equal to molar concentration times molar mass. If you are looking for molar concentration, it is equal to mass concentration over molar mass. But this time around, we are looking for mass concentration of the base, which is molar concentration, which is 0.1, times molar mass of the base. Molar mass of the base is calculated by summing all the atomic masses of the individual elements. The atomic mass of sodium is 23. So you say 23 plus atomic mass of oxygen, which is 16, plus that of hydrogen, which is 1. And we are going to get 40. So 0.1 times 40 will give you 4.00 to trade significant figures. So the concentration of the base in gram per dm cube is 4.00 gram per dm cube. And this is what you are expected to do in your titration 2026 Waec.